it to eat an entire durian by myself? No, that's impossible, I'm crazy. Is it to do 1,000 push-ups in under a minute with both hands tied behind my back? That sounds like. Is it to compete and win in a Formula 1 race? Driving my Toyota backwards while blindfolded? No, I can do that, no problem. My monumental task, my Herculean task, is to convince you that the U.S. is not an evil empire.
That's going to be difficult.
So, I'm tired of walking in shame, hiding my nationality. When I first got this assignment to come to Singapore, my boss said, "Hey, Dick, a new job. You'll be traveling a lot. And you're going to be going to countries that's not very friendly to the U.S. You know, you need to take out a passport, just take it out real quick. And after you're done, put it away. Don't let anybody see it." I'm tired of walking around in fear of my safety. So, I just want to say to you that I'm American. I'm proud of it. But really, I thought to myself, and I thought, why does the United States have this bad reputation? Well, you know, I can think of one reason. This is not Dr. Evil. George Bush. Have you ever heard a guy speak? He can't complete a sentence. He would be the perfect candidate for Toastmasters. No, the real person behind it, Dick Cheney. He's really the puppet master holding the strings. So when did all this start? Well, it started here. You remember these? These monuments to free trade? Well, they're not there anymore. Somebody decided to drive a plane in them, and 3,000 people lost their lives. And I asked myself, why? Why did this happen? It all started with Kuwait. Iraq invaded Kuwait, and on the request of the Kuwaiti government, Americans went in and liberated Kuwait and drove out the Iraqis. So, on the request of Saudi Arabia, America used Saudi Arabia as a landing point. Saudi Arabia was fearful. They had oil reserves just like Kuwaitis. And they were fearful that they were the next country to be invaded by the aggressive Iraqis. But you know what? Somebody took issue to this. Now there's infidels in the land of the Muslims and the two most holy sites, Mecca and Medina. And somebody took issue to it. Saddam Hussein. No, not Saddam Hussein. Osama bin Laden and his Al-Qaeda network.
I think that's right.
Was incensed. And 9/11 was rebuilt. So you know what? What did Americans do in return? We invaded Afghanistan. Drove out the Taliban. We invaded Iraq. And we took out Saddam Hussein. He's no longer in charge. And what did we do? We ended the genocide that occurred in northern Iraq. And we freed the Shiite Muslims in southern Iraq. So, it was a false pretense. It was false pretense. There was no really Al-Qaeda connection. And there was really no weapons of mass destruction. But you can't debate the effectiveness. The main responsibility of any government is to protect the security and safety of its citizens. Since 9/11, the United States have not been subject to a single terrorist attack. There have been attempts, but they have been thwarted. So, debate all you want, it has been effective. So, right now, we have a new guy in office. Everybody's in love with this new guy. But you know, the Republicans, they have been pretty good. There has been some great Republicans. where the African Americans were freed from slavery. This guy, he probably doesn't look familiar, but I'm sure his name is. Have you heard of the teddy bear? This is Theodore Roosevelt, also known as Teddy Roosevelt. The teddy bear was named after him. And, of course, the most famous name of all, James Garfield. Yes, Garfield was named after James Garfield. So there has been some great American Republican presidents. But really, if you take the history of the last president, this is why you have this bad perception. But who should we fear? I say we should fear other nations that want to take the right of the average American. You really have nothing to fear from the average American. The average family is harmless. The people we should fear is people like Kim Jong-il, who is after weapons of mass destruction. This is a picture of what he's done to his economy. This is a satellite photo of South Korea with its lights, and North Korea is completely dark. The Ayatollah Khomeini in Iran, he's after weapons of mass destruction. He stole an election. There's no freedom. They didn't win the vote. Robert Mugabe, with his rule, the money is now hyperinflation. And Hugo Chavez, who's seizing national banks. And then the most fear of them all, this guy who's ruining American children. Each of these could be a free speech. The United States government is set to fight corruption. We have checks and balances so that each people has a term limit. Obama will be gone in 3 years. So we have great organizations like the American Red Cross, who's helping out in Haiti, the Salvation Army, and of course the greatest organization of all. So as I leave you, I want to finish with this one quote. I'm proud to be American, or at least I know I'm free. I won't forget the men who died and give this right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her till this day, because there ain't no doubt about it.